someone comes, does this you can always search on this work object ID?
No, you can always search on the object ID. I understand.
In this work object ID, currently this assignment is open.
Right.
This is the open assignment. So if
Yeah.
I log in with another operator, so let me say if I log in at manager at TGB. You can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I can search for this open assignment, I think indexing is not working. P-8.
Yeah. I think you have to go and do the re-indexing.
Okay, indexing is not working. So let me log out.
No, you
Let
don't
me.
have to. You don't have to, right?
No, I am unable to search for this work object. How will I get the result?
You're in manager portal, right? If you're in
Yeah,
developer portal, you can always go to the
yeah.
class.
Right. Now, if I'm going to SSA at tgb.com, so I've logged in with another operator. Now, I will open the case object of what I have created payroll setup, right? I have created this one.
Right.
Now you see, open assignment. See, now I'm trying to open this assignment. If case locking is not there, it would directly open the assignment because case won't understand.
But
System doesn't.
right, right. I understand this one, okay. But my question is, at a given point of time, your a particular work object is in somebody's work list, or it is in the work basket, right?
Right.
So why? I mean, the reason why somebody wants to go and open a work object that's already assigned to somebody is no, is not something I'm not.
There
Why
should not be any reason for someone to explicitly go and open someone else's work object. What if someone do a mischief and he tries to
no, I mean, that's
try?
fine. That's perfectly. No, what you're saying is
Right.
technically correct, but
Right.
flow-wise, process-wise, I'm trying to
Process
understand.
wise, no, like process wise, ideally, no one should be allowed to access like this. Process wise, you should not allow someone to open the work object. If some work object is not assigned to him, you should not be allowing to open him. But what if, because there are, if we don't perform this locking mechanism, there are ways that they can open the work object.
Right.
What if they open the work object and do some invalid data? In that case, that is wrong, right? We need to prevent such access also.
Yeah.
Those prevention is always better than prevention is always better than cure. There's a saying, right? Hence, we need to prevent all this access. Not sure who wants to do what, we cannot say, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. In order to control all these things, we need to always make sure that our design is always following the optimal way. If someone tries to do anything, if for example, hackers, what hackers will do, they will try to access the content details of a website. They'll hack into the website and do. If you don't perform all this, give all this security feature, they can hack into our website. They can hack into our case and they can do whatever they want. What if this case is of like a pretty high value customer to our organization? What if some data, one small minute data is also changed, and which causes millions of dollars loss to the organization who is taking care of this case?
Right.
So in order to prevent such scenarios, we need to be pretty careful. Anyways, we will be discussing most of the things during security. Locking doesn't take care of all the security features. The locking take care of the only thing that locking take care is like data corruption. The data updated as part of the case, are they following the best practice? Not best practice, you can say. Is the data consistent while the data is getting updated into the database? whenever the data gets updated to the database, whether we before updating to the data, whether we took latest data from the database, then we updated something like that.
Right.
Okay, for all the scenarios, we need to perform this case logging. See, for example, now if I do like this, do submit. Okay, so now again, if I open this case, now you see here, now this is a case which this is an admin operator. Now let me close this case, cancel. Now everything is in the review mode. Right, this is the review mode.
Mhm.
And with the another operator, now I tries to open this case. It will allow me now. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll close one operator to reduce confusion. So this is a case. So as I was telling, there are two types of locking. Uh, Default locking and optimistic login. Just a second. So let me open one case type definition.
Kishore, I have a question. See, this default locking is a, this is a default locking, right? So right, that is already been configured on the case management, case management, right?
By default, it will be configured, yeah.
Right, it will be configured. So what extra step that we need to take care for the default locking, because it's already been configured?
Nothing. For default locking, you didn't have to take any extra step. It is already being configured. If you try to open an assignment which is already being opened by someone else, then it will give the error that I have shown. I have shown you right just now.
Right, right.
I haven't configured any extra thing
Right.
as part of the process.
So, but I have seen, we had a one scenario where, we were able to open the same work object in two different systems. So we couldn't figure it out. What was the issue at that time? The locking was configured, but still we are able to open the, same work object in two different systems. So can you tell me like what might be the, scenarios that went wrong there? Or is there
Only the
any
thing
other thing? Is there any
I
other
think
configuration that we need to be done?
No, I feel that if you are able to open the work object into two different systems at the same time, right? Not even two different systems, two different logins.
Two different loggings. It's not an optimistic logging again. It's
I'm not asking locking. I'm asking login.
yeah, login only. But I'm telling you, like it's not we are not configured the optimistic logging. It was a default logging, but we are able to open both. Same work object in the
Whether
two
it was
different
a
systems.
child case or it was a parent case, as a top level case or it was a sub case.
It was a top level case, I guess. Or I don't remember the exact scenario, but that was the issue.
No, only if it's a top level case, it should never be allowing to open. If there is an open that someone might have overridden some of the Indian rules in your application, that's why you were able to open that. Else that should
Okay.
not be the case. If it's a sub case level, then we need to check what is the locking mode at the
For
parent.
the parent level, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the parent mode is having
Optimistic.
optimistic login, then it would inherit the optimistic login in the child also.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so let me open this case
But
definition.
we don't need to. We don't need to do any other configuration or write codes for it, right? It's just a configuration setting.
Right.
my
Only
understanding.
locking is that's it. Another thing is like the only thing I can say is like the other default things that are there in the PRPC. Someone has modified those default PRPC things into in your application. Hence, those like locking the mechanism was not getting invoked.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
No, that's fine. I thought you wanted to define what is different types of lockings and explain it
Yeah.
before.
So yeah, as I was telling, there are two types of locking. One is default locking. Default locking is the one that we have seen just now. So that's it. That is the end-to-end default locking. And second one is optimistic login. Optimistic login in the sense like, so here, if you, so optimistic login is like not login, locking. Optimistic locking is like a case, an assignment can be opened by two people at a given time, at the same given time. But during the updation of data, we need to explicitly fetch the log by ourselves. By it's the developer responsibility to fetch the logs whenever a commit operation is being performed, so that all the data that gets committed into the database is like the correct set of data is fetched from the DB. Then whatever operation that we want to do, we done, and then we save the data back to the database. So this is how this is regarding the optimistic login. So optimistic locking indicates the commit of the data into the database is the developer responsibility. Any other corruption happens, the developer should himself take care of data corruption issue or data handling things, handling of the data in the case during the design itself. Clear on that?
Yeah, can we see how we
Yeah, I'll show. So for now, like clear on the theory part. Now I'll explain how to do the configuration, how to fetch the data, how to do the commit, while yeah, what are the different options to do the commit, fetch the log and do the commit.
Okay.
Definition wise, it's clear, right? Krishna, you're clear, right?
So what you're saying is it's developer responsibility to wait until the other user.
No. It's not. You should not wait. Whenever you are trying to commit to the database, you are not sure who else has taken the control of the work object, right? You will never know. So whenever you commit the data to the database, at that point of time, you need to fetch the lock on the work object, then update the data, and then commit the data, and then release the lock. So these are the 4 steps.
Kishore, can you come again, please? I missed it.
So now, let us suppose that you people we have configured optimistic login of the case type definition, right?
Right.
So now when the optimistic login is configured, multiple people can work on the same work object at the same time.
Correct.
Now, let us suppose 3 people are working on the work object at the same time, at the same point, at the same point.
Okay.
Let us say 1, 2, and 3 are working on that. Now, 1 has completed its task, 2 and 3 are still working on the object. Now, 1 wants to commit the data into the database.
But I mean, the lock acquires who. I mean, if I have opened the work object first, then the lock will be with me, right?
No. That's what with optimistic locking. There is no locking whenever you open the work object.
Okay.
Okay. So there won't be a locking occurred at the point like if you are opening a work object directly. So there is nothing like everyone can open the work object and you won't be displayed that error that I have showed just now.
Correct. So if I modify something and if I submit it, it will show me an error saying that the other person is still working on it.
No. It should not show. What it will do, it will, if you modify, you are the first person. So in our example, 1, 2, and 3 are working on the work object. First person has done his processing and he has completed the thing. Now first person has to commit the database. First person can commit because no one else has committed directly.
No, wait 1 minute. 1 minute. Here, when you say like commit, the system will take care of committing it, right? I don't need to commit it.
No, there are 2 ways. Auto commit and
right. Commit in the sense saving the data into the saving the data. Whatever the changes you have done, you have to save it.
Oh, okay. So
leave out the commit operation. Yeah, anything. Right. Save the data. Leave out the explicit commit or the implicit commit. Saving the data whatever changes you have done.
Okay, say example I updated something in the page like fields, 2 fields. Then I'm in the activity. I'm calling a obj save and I'm saving the py. What? Oh, okay, that's fine. Now now first person has done. First person while committing, he should not face any issues. Right.
Now second person comes after the first person has committed. Second is still working. So let us say after 5 minutes he has completed his work. Now whenever he tries to commit, he has initially opened the data before the first person has committed. Open the work object before the
Yes,
first person
correct,
has committed.
correct.
Now the thing would be like whatever data he had, it might be stale data because there might be chances first person might have they updated some of the data in that whatever
Uh-huh.
the first second person has opened.
Mm-hmm.
So during whenever second person try to commit, PRPC engine automatically takes care, saying that boss, someone else has committed the data. Please
Right.
refresh the work object and resave the data again.
This correct. Right, right. Okay.
So uh, PRPC engine will prompt the second user to refresh the work object details. So he can
Okay.
refresh by going to action and refresh.
Action refresh button. Okay.
Yeah. So if you can refresh it, it will automatically, yeah. Once the refresh happens, it will automatically second person fetches the complete updated data, and then he can make modify and changes accordingly.
Accordingly.
The
Right.
only,
Okay.
the only main thing our using of optimistic locking is like if many people are working independently on like if your case can be worked by different people independently, hence we need to perform work optimistic logic
Okay.
so as to not obtain the lock on the complete case itself. If you provide
Right.
default locking, complete case locking will be performed and no one will be able to commit to the database.
Correct. Okay.
Okay, clear until here?
Yeah.
No, I didn't get the last point. When you said only a part of it is allowed to be unlocked, is it?
No, not part of it. What happens is like, so optimistic locking indicates when we use optimistic locking. For example, our case is having 2-3 subflows, 2-3 subcases, or yeah, 2-3 subcases as such. If our case is having 2-3 subcases, now in order to update, all three subcases can be worked independently without having impact on each other, like any of the other case. All the data is independent of each other. If we configure default locking, what will happen? Whenever you open the case, you will have the lock on your subcase and as well as the parent case. So no one would be able to do anything with respect to both the cases. If someone else wants to access the other subcases that were spin off, he cannot access because there is a lock on parent case as well. Correct?
Okay. Okay.
So, in order to prevent such scenarios, as subcases can be independently worked, generally we use optimistic locking, wherein if you open the case, make your updates while committing, fetch the lock on the parent and commit the details. That's it. So
Okay.
this is the pattern. While opening the case, no lock is retrieved. Whenever you once your case updation is done during the submit, during the saving of the data, what you need to do first? Fetch the lock on the parent case, update the data, whatever you have done into the child case or into the parent case, then commit, then release the lock. These are the 4 steps you need to perform.
Right. Mm.
No, again, when you
Right?
say release the lock, I'm trying to understand what action we take to release the lock. Like, we don't do
Nothing.
anything, right? The system will take care of it, right?
Right. Yes. If you
Yeah,
do
that's what
perform,
I'm trying. Yeah,
it will automatically take care.
take it, right? Okay. So let me, rephrase it now. So what I understand, right? If 3 people are opened and the first person has done some operation, when he has done some operation in the sense like, he has updated the page, now in the background, the activity runs and it saves the data into the database and he makes the commit. The next step is commit, right? When he commits it, it's done. The next person updates the page, screen, and when you click on submit or save, right, it gives the error message, right?
Okay.
So correct, right?
Uh,
You sure you're there?
yes. Right. Yes. You are able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able
Hello?
to hear you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The second person, when he is trying to submit it, is going to get an error message saying that you need to refresh the page because there's already been data been submitted,
Hmm.
and it has to fetch the data, and when you click on the refresh, it's going to pull the data. The system will take care of
Right.
pulling the data, right? Okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
system would take care of pulling the data. Just we need to configure that refresh and commit. While
Okay.
that too while saving the data, nothing else you need to do. Only while
Okay.
during the save, you need to whenever you save the data, whenever you want to save the data, you need to perform fetching the lock and saving the data.
Okay.
So
So,
I'm trying to understand what I mean when you say like the
so,
log.
I'll
sorry.
tell you how to fetch the log
Can
and
you
all.
show
I'll
an
show you.
example before? I think a lot of things will be clear. You can show an
Right.
example.
Yeah. So now let us open this case. In this case as a child case.
Mhm.
So let us take this as an example. How to perform the locking first. Lockings can be performed going to the second settings.
Yeah.
There is an
Okay.
option called as locking. So here, as I told, there are two things to be configured. A case is the open locked case is open default, and action to case action taken on a case optimistic. So these are the two locking. So whenever you configure the default locking, you need to give the time period. After the how much time the default locking can be released. Okay, so this is what is like locking. That's it. You don't have to make any other changes anywhere.
So, default is the default locking, right?
Right. And optimistic is the one which one. So if I open the child case type, see here we will get one more option. Here locking strategy is inherited from the parent case type. Case is open default. Release lock after some time, because we have set this thing as a what you say a default locking. We are getting this thing. Now if you set this one, save. I'll close and open again. Now if I go to settings, now if I go to locking, see locking strategy is inherited from parent action to be taken on case. That's it. Now you see here.
Right.
So based on the parent case locking, this locking performs like this.
Correct.
Okay. So now if I open any other top level case, for example, payroll setup. This is a top level case which doesn't have any child cases. For this, the locking options will be this way. That's it. So this is how it is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is until yeah. So now let me do one thing. Let me close this one. I won't change any changes to this. Here we have done it's a optimistic locking. I won't change anything in this. It's also I need not change it automatically inherits the parent case locking.
Right.
So now if I go here, file benefits, create multiple child cases. Other day I was checking with courses, right? Courses. If it's a page list, hopefully I can do. Yeah. Now what should happen if I do a save? Many onboarding cases should be updated. Open. Create onboarding. Many benefit enrollment cases should be updated. Open. Right?
Mhm.
Instead of that, I let me put hardware. Right. Well,
Why are we completing the entire flow, Kishore here?
Because we need to do benefits enrollment, right?
Oh, okay. So the child case, okay,
Yeah, we need to open the child cases, right?
okay.
Optimistic locking works with child cases alone, or like
No, why we are doing benefit? I mean, I'm just thinking onboarding and benefit enrollment can go in parallel, right? We are
No,
onboarding
but
a person, and we
yeah,
can
but
also
we
start the benefit
no, no.
enrollment.
Yeah, benefit enrollment will start at this point of time only, right? After completion of first two stages, third stage only benefit enrollment will open, right? Else,
So
how
you're
will you
saying that
open that?
we are okay. No, I'm thinking I can. I mean, I can do this thing, right? On the parent case, parent work object opens. I can I can create a child case also, right? At the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
oh, you can, but how would you, even before you are employed, you won't get benefit enrollment.
That is there, correct. No, I'm just trying to be a business scenario, right? This is a business scenario. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, that's right. We can do it either way. Yeah.
Okay, this okay. What you want me to do? You want me to start it on the launch it on the start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, it will be easy for us.
That's
No,
okay.
in that case, you need to do automatic. You want me to take this option?
Yeah. I mean, it all depends upon the business scenario. I just thought about it actually.
Yeah, yeah. We can do that. But for all, yeah. See, this has created.
Yeah.
So now, whenever you need to make an update, like so whenever you are making an update now, so let us suppose now you want to commit the data once the end of this stage. Now, what you want to do, you want to commit the data into the database, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to commit the data into the database, generally what we need to do is like if we are not having an optimistic logging default logging, we don't try to do anything. It will automatically take care of locking and all, and it will commit the data into the database.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if we are having an optimistic login? So for that, we need to create an activity. Optimistic locking. We need to generally for the locking mechanism and all, we need to create an activity. So let us suppose what are the 4 steps that I have told in order to commit the data into the database.
Fetch the lock,
Yeah.
then purchase the data, save the data to the database, and then commit the data and release the lock.
Yeah. So these are the 4 steps. So generally our page names will be either PI work page or PI work cover, right?
Yeah.
So let us say we are at the child case. Now we need to update the details into the parent case.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the child case B14. So generally, what are the pages on the clipboard for child and cover? PY work page, and this is the child cover case. Okay,
What about folder? It's not possible.
like folder in the sense.
No, you know, right? For covers and folder concept, right?
Right, right, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
But what
So
I'm
generally,
asking,
folders we generally are not using right now. Very rare, not. I haven't used anywhere till now. So folder concept is something like it is similar to cover case, but anyone can update. So there is no locking mechanism, nothing on folder kind of thing. So folders are more like a repository. Anyone can go and keep your work objects over there. But generally, we are configuring only cover cases or something. Folder I have it not used. If you want, I need to also study and I need to try and will let you know. But generally, I haven't used anything for folders.
But folders, I mean, I never come across that. I mean, I know that functionality is there, but I don't know if anyone has implemented folder in there.
That's what I have also not used folders till now. So if you are you using Ravi that?
No, not here, but no, maybe in I think 5.5 or something. I remember seeing it.
No, that's what I'm telling. It was used previously, but nowadays no one is using. At least in 7, I haven't seen anyone using folder.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the 2 pages. Now locking indicates what is here. We where we will have lock. Now at this point of time,
It's cover.
we are sorry.
Work page. We are having a lock on the work page.
We are having a lock on work page. And now if we try to update some details into the cover page, what we need to do? We need to fetch the lock, update the details, commit the database, release the lock. 4 steps, right?
If we wanted to update the data into work page, work cover,
Right. So now one step back. So what are we trying to do? Benefits is a child case. We are trying to acquire a lock from the parent case and then do the.
No, what does the optimistic login indicates whenever we are having a child case? What did we tell previously? In case of optimistic login, whenever we have a child case, multiple child cases, each child cases can be worked independently.
Correct.
Right? Now, what if as part of child case, we need to update the details into the parent case? But parent case is common for all the child cases, all the 3 child cases.
yes.
Right.
So now, now in case of optimistic locking, what we need to do, if it's a default locking, you don't have to do anything, because whenever we are having a lock on child case, by default you would be having a lock on parent case also.
No, tell me one thing, Kishore. In this scenario, we have one parent case, one child case, right? And the child case is always mapped to that parent case.
Right.
Now, if I am going to create one more parent case, it will have its own child case.
I'm telling a parent case having 2 sub cases, 2 child cases, more than 1 child cases. The optimistic locking is for those scenarios. If you are having 1 child case, 1 parent case, if you configure optimistic locking, it's an overhead on your head, because you need to perform all this locking mechanism and all.
Yeah.
1 minute, Kishore. I think what Guru is saying is a child having more than 1 parent. Is that what he's saying?
No, child cannot have more than 1 parent.
More than no. I'm saying, like, in this scenario, whatever we are doing, right? We have one parent, one child. The child is already mapped to one parent, so it cannot have multiple child case. That's what I'm saying here. In this scenario.
In this scenario, we don't have. If we have more than 1 scenarios, that's why we are not. We have initially not. There is no need to configure an optimistic locking on this scenario. If you have default locking, that would be sufficient. But I am showing you how to do if you are having more than 1 child cases.
Okay, let's go ahead.
So now, if we are having more than 1 child cases, if we need to update any details on the parent case, what we need to do? Always, this is a naming convention for PY work page and PY work cover.
Yes.
Our case will have always PY work page, and our parent case will always have PY work cover.
PY work cover, yeah.
Okay. So now, whenever we want to update any details on parent case, we need to do it in PY work cover.
Yes. PY work cover and the class name.
There is a method called obj refresh and lock.
Yeah.
We need to do like this. First, obj open, insert above, obj open, either of these 2 methods.
OBJ open or OBJ refresh and lock.
If you can use both the methods like this, one after other, or else just obj open and check this checkbox.
Okay. So what are we trying to do it here by opening the PY work cover page?
Because now you are in what you say PY work. Okay, let me just a second. So now this is the way it is. PY work page, PY work cover.
Uh-huh.
You have access to everything.
Right.
Now in that case, why do we need to open PY? Why are you have asked me why do we need to open PY work cover?
Right.
OBJ open.
Uh-huh.
Why do we need to do? As I told you, I gave you an example earlier. 3 people are working on their cases parallelly. First person has committed the operations. So let us assume that this is the second person. So 3 people are there. Whenever we opened, this was a PY work cover and this was a PY work page for this second person.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, PY work cover was same for the first person also. Okay.
No, I didn't get that. So PY work cover is the parent case, right?
Right.
And PY work
So
page
now,
is beneficial node.
yeah. So let me write some points. So this is the one, right? Case locking. I thought we'll complete this in 15 minutes. This was like the most pretty easiest topic. Okay. So now let us take this an example. Let us take an example in some other sheet itself. We are having parent case. Oh, P-1. Okay. We are having parent case. Child cases. C-1, C-2, C-3. Clear until here?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how it is. So now operator 1, operator 1, operator 2, operator 3. Let us suppose 3 operators are there. Initially this guy comes. If we open the case, operator 1 will work on C1, operator 2 will work on C1, C2, operator 3 will work on C3.
Okay.
Yeah. So initially, whenever this guy comes, all 3 are come parallelly. All 3 came at the same time, and they are working on C1, C2, C3, which are independent of each other. Independent child cases. Let me write that. Independent child cases. Okay.
But there will be only one child case type, right?
Let us suppose 3 different child case types also.
Okay. Then you have
Sir,
to.
okay. Let me do like this. C1, D1,
D1. Yeah.
E1.
E1. Okay.
3 cases.
Okay.
Okay. Clear until here?
Yeah.
So now P1 comes, he will acquire P1 and C1.
Mm-hmm.
This fellow will acquire P1, this fellow will also acquire P1. E1, D1. Okay, now this is the initial state. As
So
soon
when
as
you
they
say
open the cases.
no, when you say acquire P1 and D1, is he going to open P1 work object and also he is going to open D1 work object? That's what you're saying? No, right?
No,
He's going to
it
open
will
D1,
open only C1. It will open only C1.
then it
Whenever you
acquires the
open,
P1. Yeah,
so
wait.
so this is a PY work page and this is a PY work cover. Both will be
Correct.
there on the clipboard.
Yeah.
So like both will be there on clipboard, right?
Yes. Okay. He acquires the lock. Okay.
Yeah. Work page,
Mm-hmm.
PY work cover.
Cover.
Sorry.
No,
No,
no.
this
This
is
is
work page.
PY work page and PY work cover. That one is PY work cover. Yeah.
Clear until here?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now lock is available only on this part. Lock. Right? Only on this 3 the lock is available.
Yeah.
For P1, no one has the lock on anyone.
No.
Right? Optimistic locking. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And clear until here, everyone?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, let us suppose P1 has finished everything. Operator 1 has finished everything. He is committing. Committed. Now, P1 became P1 with extra data. He might have added one extra line. So, P1 has become with extra data. C1 is finished. Once P1 does. Okay? Clear until here?
P1 extra data means, I mean, you opened the P1 work object.
Operator 1 has added some extra data on P1.
I mean, you
Okay.
open the work object and you
I'll
added
tell you,
something.
leave that. No, leave that. How did he do that? Just he did this thing.
Okay.
He did this thing. So at end of operator 1, the state of this is like this: P1 extra data and C1 is finished.
Right.
And still operator 2 and operator 3 are working.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Clear until here?
Yeah.
Ravi, Krishna, clear?
Okay.
Now D1 also finished. Now D1 so operator 2 is finished. D1 finished. And he wants to update P1 with some more extra data.
Okay.
P1 more extra data.
Mm-hmm.
Clear until here?
Yeah.
P1 more data. E1 finished.
Mm-hmm.
So this should be the final state.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the order in which they complete their work.
Mm-hmm.
Started the work at the same time. Okay. Started at same time. Completed first. Completed.
Second.
Completed
Um,
last. Okay.
mm-hmm.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what happened? What should be the end of the P1 state? P1 finished.
One question.
Yeah.
Sure. So when you say completed first, what does that mean? See, you have already clearly said C1 has finished,
Yeah.
D1 has finished, and E1 has finished. Nowhere did we say that P1 is finished in any of the cases, right?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
No. In all the cases, we are only saying child case is finished. We are not saying the parent case is finished anywhere, right?
No, I'm not telling about parent case, only child cases. As
Yes.
part of the child case completion, they are adding some data onto P1 on the parent case.
Yeah.
They are adding some data after that.
So when you're saying adding data means we are doing through data transform or something like that, right?
Something,
Let's
anything.
not get into the details there at the later point of time. So a cover is resolved when all the child cases in it are resolved, right?
Right.
So, we are not explicitly resolving the cover, isn't it?
Let us suppose that after all these 3 cases are there is one more assignment in P1, which is like review of data, and after as soon as that assignment complete, parent case gets resolved.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now P1 is finished later. What should it contain? What should the P1 contains now?
It should contain all
All the 3 data
Yeah.
should contain all the data updated by each operator. So
Mm-hmm.
this is what should be the state, complete state.
Yeah.
So now let me come to your question. Why do we need to open the PY work cover again? Why do we need to open? right? For the question, why do we need to open? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. So initially, when operator 1, operator 2, and operator 3 has opened their cases, their PY work cover was P1, P1, P1 only. Now, now operator 1 has completed the data. Now the P1 has become P1 plus extra data,
Okay.
right? Now when when operator 2 is committing, if we don't open the work cover here using obj open or obj open by handle or any other thing, what will happen is like we will end up updating the data on P1 only, not P1 extra data. Hence the changes of operator 1 are lost.
Okay.
That's why we need to open the data. Open the work page. Work page, not work cover. Open the work cover.
Okay. We open it. Okay. Anyway, that will be in clipboard, right? Why we need to open again on that? Because anyway,
In clipboard, what is the state of the work cover? It's P1 or P1 plus extra data,
it will be P1.
right? But we need P1 plus extra data, right? How will you get P1 plus extra data?
You have to refresh the clipboard.
Yeah, how will you refresh the clipboard? You need to, but the data is not available in your. So there are three different systems, three different logins. The data is not at all available in your thread at all. So from where will you fetch the data? You need to fetch it from the database.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in order to fetch it from the database, we need to do obj open, either obj open or obj open by handle. Hence, we are doing an obj open as clear until you are clear with this example.
Yeah.
Perfect, right? You like
Yeah.
you are not confused anything now with a locking mechanism as part of this example.
No. But I'm just
Okay.
thinking, where do we call that activity? That's what I'm thinking now.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
So in the activity, we'll just open and we'll refresh and lock it, right?
Right.
Okay.
So
So
clear, right? Now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now let me go back to our application. Where do we call the activity? First of all, what are the different ways to? So this is our thing. As I told, we need to do an obj open and provide py work cover.
And it will open it.
As soon as you open, either you check this checkbox, or else next step will be obj refresh and lock. If you are always sure that you did not open always the data, P1 would be consistent, then you directly use refresh and lock would be sufficient. It will just acquire the lock on the PY work cover. But if you are not sure that someone else might be updating PY work cover in the meantime, then always it is better to open the data. Open it from the database, then take a lock on that.
yeah, that's safe. But
No, tell me one thing. I'm opening obj open, and do I need to check the checkbox there, lock checkbox? Not required, right? Because if I'm
Either you check that checkbox or add the second steps. Both are not required. Both are redundant. One of them is sufficient.
Okay. Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
Oh, one more thing. You have done obj open to open the existing work object, and
Right.
then you are explicitly locking there, right? Why
Right.
did you lock it? So that no one else can open it, is it?
At that point of time, you need to update it into the database. Like you need to have the lock. No one else should be. If someone is open, if someone is already open, also not a problem. But committing should be done only by one person at one time. Commit to the database.
Okay.
Do we call this activity in the?
Saying that, hang on. If you are saying that you are allowing one more person to open at the same point of time, why are you locking it?
Open the this here at this point of time, this activity we executing only for 1 minute, not even 1 minute, for 10 seconds or so. So
Okay.
generally what we do is like, if you're having this benefits enrollment step, we will do everything this way. At the end of this step or during the data propagation, we will call this activity. So at the end of this step, here we will call, in the final step, we will call this activity. So this activity would be run only for 10-15 seconds or so. So for 10-15 seconds, the lock would be there on the both the pages, work object and work page, work cover.
Okay, okay, okay.
No, it should be. It should not be at the end, right? It should be at the
Ideally at the end,
right?
no, ideally at the end, so that once all the what you say, once all the child case processing is done, only after that you need to update the parent case, or else depends again on the business. If your business says no, you need to update the parent case after each step, then it depends on your this activity will should be configured at every step wherever you want. It should not be on the every submit. If you are doing on every submit, then every 10 seconds one lock will come. Waste of time. In
Okay.
that case, it is better to have default locking itself.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
ideally, it should be at the end. It should be at the completion of the child case. Ideally.
No, by that time, what I'm saying is, if I'm in progress of the child case,
Hmm.
I update something.
Hmm.
By that time, other person submits it.
Right. So let him submit. In that case, that's why what I'm telling is like you see this activity. It
Okay.
won't be like on cover pages you will be submitting updating each and everything. You would be updating maximum 10, 15, 20, or let us say 100 properties.
Okay.
So at that point of time, once you have performed either of these two steps or both the steps, after that you need to do a property set, or you need to apply some data transform.
Hmm.
Now you need to update the details on the work cover in this step. If someone else would have done prior to this, would have got his details over in this first step, and you are updating in the third step. And in the
First step.
fourth step, you need to do OBJ save.
OBJ, right? To database. Okay.
So one other thing, when do we use obj by handle?
So both are same. I'd insert below.
The only thing is, yeah.
OPJ OBJ by handle. See a difference. If you know the exact key instance handle, that is PCINS key of the of your work cover, then you can use OBJ open by handle. If you don't know, if you know the only primary keys, then you would be using OBJ open.
Okay, okay.
PZINS key instance handle indicate there are some timestamps, everything. If you know all those details exactly, then you can use OBJ open by handle. Else you can use OBJ open.
Okay, open by.
In this case, you can use OBJ open by handle because PY work cover will always contains PCINS key, which is like instance handle of that page. It always contains that. Okay, so for good with all these 4 steps.
Yeah.
So now,
Kishore, do you have any implemented code for this? Like, if you have anything you can extract and, export, and can you give us this?
this code. During my exam, also, generally we follow these 4 steps only. Nothing else we do.
Okay,
Only
can you
properties.
plot it somewhere?
Sorry.
Are you going to use it in the existing example or?
You want existing example?
No, I want this activity to be used somewhere.
Okay, let me try. So let me try at the end of first step itself. Where did I create this?
So if I have three subcases, right? Three different subcases, do I need to write this activity in all the three subcases?
No, no, no. Like active, yeah, depends. You can you if three different sub cases, yes, you need to have three different activities. Else, you can optimize the code saying that first. Okay, I need to do some changes, right? Yeah, you need to what you need to do is like you need to add these things like this. The first to second and fourth steps are always common, right?
Yeah.
So those things you can call in one activity.
You want to call this optimistic locking in some other activities, eh?
No, no, directly. Wait, I'll master.
And that instance handle that dot p is a DNS key.
Hmm.
Is it? Oh, okay. That's an INS key of that PY work cover. Okay.
Yeah, this is pizza pure code. Till
Okay.
you're fine. I have created this code. Now, what I'll do is like
So can you go back? Can you go back? I just wanted to go back. See that
just a second. I'll just update this.
we added the utility right earlier. We didn't do.
No, no, I discarded that.
Okay.
So activity is always represented by utility, right?
Yeah,
No, no, it can be done it in different ways, right? We can add it through utility. We can add it through flow action. We
yeah,
can.
yeah, yeah. You can do many things, but directly adding is using this. It is
Yeah.
showing me an error.
Why are you saving it at the base case level?
This
It's a
guy is not
reusable thing.
taking. It is not
Okay.
no. This fellow is not taking that context to me. That's why
But
I'm
you can
saving
put
it
it in
as this.
the pages and classes, right? Then it will be
Yeah,
easy.
I have kept it, but it is not taking. I'm not sure. It should take it from directly here itself.
Yeah.
It is not taking. Don't know why. If it doesn't work, then I'll write my one more smart shape directly. Not in this flow. I'll write create another flow directly. It is not taking. I'm not sure.
Base class is there, right?
Yeah, I am not sure. Discard. Okay, I'll create my own flow only. Add step, utilities. Let me reopen this stuff again. I'll create one flow process. Flow. Correspondence. Yeah, why it is not taking?
Can you give the pages and class and see?
Not required. Okay, let me try that also. It should not require. It should not have required actually.
Yes.
Teach dash HR dash work dash benefits enrollment.
No, you saved that activity in the base class, right?
No, I have created in both the classes.
Okay.
Maybe because, yeah, good point, Krishi.
Right. Okay.
Missed it.
Yeah, it should be utility.
Yeah.
So where did you make the change in the activity, right?
Yeah.
Um,
It doesn't come. Still, it doesn't come. Don't know why.
still activity, right? You need to save it.
No, this is in base. Other class I have made it utility. Already in this class I have already made it utility. This is
Utility is a shape, right?
no. Here we have to perform. How we want to use this activity.
Click on save then. Let's see whether.
Yeah, I have saved it. I have already saved it.
No, but this is on the benefit enrollment class. Okay.
Oh yeah. It took it. I'm not sure. It was not getting in the drop down, but it took it.
Okay.
Okay. It was not fetching in the list, but it is allowing me to add that name
That
directly.
right. Okay. Yeah, I've
I was.
seen couple of times. It allows, but it will not show. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I'm not sure. Like we need to. Okay. Now if I do this, now you see the code here.
Mhm.
This activity we have done something. I'll trace this activity. I'm not sure how this will behave. So
Mhm.
just tracing. I'll just trace this one in in benefits enrollment. I'll add this process that you have created.
Mhm.
So how can you add a locking step as a step?
Sorry.
No, optimistic locking, whatever we
Hmm?
create is just it's more of an operation, right? It's not a step in a stage, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to add a process here. If it doesn't allow, then I need to open it from here. It should be a process added, not a step.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you need to add. Yeah. Okay. Clear until here?
Mhm.
what we have done is we have named a process called locking and just
Yeah.
added it.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've created a
go
process.
back to the locking once, please, if you don't mind. So you just created one flow and you have linked the optimistic locking activity to this utility, right? That's all.
Right. And this activity is this one. Let me delete the one in base class. We don't require in base class. Okay.
Generally used, right? We can keep it in a base class, right? Or
Yeah, we
organization.
can keep it. No. Generally, it depends on how we need to. It depends on the all the business details.
Yeah, right.
So I will close the tracer that I have previously opened. Now we'll
I
fetch
just
it
wanted
again.
to see in the property set what you're doing there. Setting visa
Nothing.
to dot credit
It's
card.
nothing. I just some dummy step I've done. It
Mhm.
doesn't require for us for now. So
Okay.
okay. See here. I've created this case. You see this activity is not getting traced right now.
Mhm.
See. You see now?
Mhm.
Mhm.
You see if I open PY work cover now,
Mhm.
credit card. See, visa.
So can you open the activity again, please? I just wanted to see the third step property set where we are saving it is on that PY work cover, or I think it should be in PY work
It should
cover.
be PY work cover only. Else, what's the use?
Okay, okay, we are taking this and okay. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Not in the PY work cover. Okay.
Okay.
The utility that we created, you added that under benefit enrollment, right?
Right.
Which is a child case.
Yes.
And you ran the case, or you're just
I ran the case, man. See, this B15, I have ran till here. Now, if you open this thing, see, these 3 steps are completed. Locking is completed.
Yeah. Okay. I got it, Kishore. I think it's better to add this locking process at the end only because
Yeah.
right.
Generally, I need to complete all these things, right?
Yeah, got it. So it's better to add it at the end because other data we lost it if we add it in before that. Yeah. We'll not be able to map it to a PY work cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Clear on this stuff?
Yeah. So if we have 3 different child cases, then probably we need to add the same activity in
Yeah. Either on
all
a
these 3
generic
child
part,
cases.
yeah.
Okay.
Depends on your design, how effectively you can design.
So the best way to do is we can create the section or process in the not organization level and the data class, and we can call it, right? I'm just thinking I
No
don't
need of
think
sections, right?
no, I'm just
Because
thinking no need of sections. I'm just thinking
what you can create is like create this activity in base class and pass the so at this
activity.
point of time, no, this activity is in the base class. The third step, you do an apply data transform. Click here, insert below, apply data transform. Accept the name of the data transform using a parameter, param.dt name.
Okay.
So you can reuse it wherever you want, however you want. Accept this page name also as a parameter. So it should not be always work cover also. You can accept this page name also as a parameter. Cover page.
so whether it is a PY work page or cover page doesn't matter. You can
Anywhere now you can reuse this stuff anywhere, everywhere, anywhere and everywhere.
No, I think what Guru is trying to ask is like if there are multiple child cases, we can't keep creating the same activity again and again.
Yeah. Now if you do it this way, you not create anywhere anything. If you create this data transform name, that would be sufficient. Anyway, this mapping you have to create because every child case will have their own business requirements. Data transform. This activity is always one. Accept this both the names as parameters and they're sufficient. Don't have to do anything else.
So in this case, right, the data transform will have only one what was the property that credit card is Visa? That's all you said.
Yeah. For my, it would be like data transform name. Depends on business requirement. You can add whatever you want. You can add in this data transform.
So in the pages and classes, what you added is
parameter name. I have created a parameter of page.
No, can you go back to the?
Yeah. I'll go.
Our name, page name is okay. That you have done. Okay. But the class should be PY class name, right? You don't have to.
If we don't define, it will automatically take this class. Explicitly need not define, it will automatically take this class. Either you define like this, or if you leave empty, it will automatically take this class, PY class.
But can you go to the parameters? What you define? Nothing. So we have created 2 parameters, DT name and cover page.
Santu, you are asking me, right? Whether this can be used for data propagation? No, data propagation is something. This is used for the data propagation from child to parent, not from parent to child.
But
Yeah.
data propagation has to be defined when you're designing the
Yeah, yeah.
case itself, right?
Designing the case, the data propagation is coming from parent to child. Whatever data you want to propagate from parent case to child case, that is all data propagation all about. Now what we are doing, we are moving data from child to parent case. Okay, so clear with optimistic locking. So any doubts or anything related to this?
Okay.
Okay, I'm good. I just have one basic question. When I call this activity, right, where do I specify the data transfer? How do I pass the data transformer to this activity? That's what I'm thinking.
Parameters. See,
Oh, we have
parameters.
parameters.
Another
Oh, we have
activity.
that. Okay, we got it. Parameters. Okay, got it. Okay, we
So,
can pass this.
are you running the parameter, activity, or running the flow?
When we are running it, because we have
Uh,
created the
from
parameters, then
wherever,
it will.
anything. If you
Yeah.
directly want to run an activity, you can run it from some other activity or some flow action. If you are running it from a flow, you can run it from a flow. It depends on your requirement.
Okay, got it. So why didn't we cover as cover page? It will always be PY work cover, right?
It depends, right? If you want to use this activity at any other place, in your generally only locking is not only for parent case, right? You might be having some other requirements also. Design time in a
Oh,
in a
okay.
big application, you can have many scenarios, many things. If you do something like this, which is too generic and can be used everywhere and anywhere, it will say it will save your time. It will reduce your guardrail warning. If you don't have to create activities again and again and again,
Right.
So,
more
Okay.
kind of a best practice
one
and
question.
reusable. Yeah.
Sure. So the object locking is not necessarily for parent and child cases. It can be wherever concurrent users are there, right? For even
Yes, or
for
either concurrent users, or if you want to explicitly do something into the database.
Mhm. Okay. So in that case, the cover page will straight away become POA work page. That's all.
Right. Anything. Not your pure, but if you are having another top level page also, if you want to commit on that top level page, you can do that.
Okay. Okay.
Now
Because
these
the
five
whole
steps can
idea
be
is no.
yes, tell me.
If it is on the top level page, then it is not about the work object, right?
This activity is not at all about the work object. From this
No, the
activity,
locking, the whole locking concept that we are talking about is about work object locking. So
no,
if
no,
it is a
yeah,
top
yeah.
level,
Initially we started about work object. Locking concept is all about work object. Now, this activity is not at all about work object. This activity can be used any page. Why do you want to say only this is how? Why do you want to limit this activity to work object? This is more of a utility where you can, if you want to commit to any page on the data, any page in your application, you can use this activity directly.
point
Why do
taken.
you?
Point taken. And no, no. What I'm saying is, if the top level pages have got are not representing the work object in any ways, right?
Yeah. No, they
Right?
are not representing. Yes, they are
They're
not
not
representing.
representing. Yeah. So that is what my
Yeah, yeah, okay.
so if you're
I'm
trying
telling
to
that.
lock any, use it for any other purpose of locking any page for that matter,
Yeah,
I think
yes,
this will definitely work, no doubt about
very.
that. But as far as the work object locking and the whole locking and releasing the lock, right? So this OJ refresh and lock method is specific to the work object or any other entity
Any
can
other
do
page,
that.
any page wherever you have having a primary key, that is sufficient.